Hey everyone! Welcome to my channel. This is like my second video on here. The first one was like a vlog of like one of the photo shoots I did with my brother. I just want to keep documenting my journey as I go through the process of like building up my freelance business of photography. And sorry, my dog is digging in his kennel. Stop it! My hair is not cooperating. I'm so sorry. Today I wanted to talk about, well, the reality of freelance photography basically, and what I have learned and experienced so far, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's start. I've come up with 5 things quickly, actually. I thought I would just wing it, but then I was like, you know what, we'll do a list because it's more organized that way. So number 1, if you want to become a freelance photographer, that is great. You should bring your passion along with you and all that stuff. But just know, along with your passion, you should also bring some allowance. Because photography, let's face it, is not a cheap hobby. It's rather quite the opposite. It's expensive. You know, just the gear alone. So the camera alone is going to be around like $2,000, $3,000 plus. I mean, enough said, right? Like just the camera alone is like $3,000. There you go. And not only that, the glass that you need on your camera, if you don't know what glass means, it means lens. It's like a term that we use for lens. Anyways, the lens that you have on your camera, depending on what you need the lens for, or depending what you do your photography for, like if it's portraiture, landscape, or whatnot, you need different lenses for different types of photographs that you want to take, depending on the effect and the overall composition of your photo. And lenses are not cheap. I use a 24 to 70 millimeter lens, and that alone cost me like nearly $2,000 in all honesty. So off topic, this is the dog that I have. His name is Keanu. Yep, okay, and you're going down on the floor. So bottom line, that is something to keep in mind. Photography is not cheap. It isn't. The second thing are clients. It was such a challenge for me to get to just build up my clientele, and it still is a challenge for me. I've only been doing freelance photography since October of last year, so it's only been a few months. Sorry, my dog is under the camera. You, as a photographer, as a new photographer, you gotta go and find them, and not the other way around, okay? Because no one knows about you yet. For example, if like I didn't know this particular store existed, I wouldn't go to that store, right? I wouldn't even go looking for that store. So same thing goes with photography. Like if nobody knows that this photographer existed, they're not gonna go look into that photographer's portfolio. They're not gonna inquire and stuff like that. Post a status on Facebook. Just tell your friends, your family, hey, I'm doing photography now, and like, you know, I can do some headshots for you or something like that. I don't know what kind of photography you guys want to do, but leave in the comments below if you like what kind of photography you guys are doing. Speaking of which, I actually did not mention what kind of photography I do. I mostly do lifestyle photography, so anything from like family portraits to family events basically, like couples, engagements, and all that stuff. My real passion actually lies in fashion photography. Like I love fashion photography. You gotta actually put work in. Like I know some people would try to find like a quick fix, like, oh, I'll just send like a general email to like everyone on my friends list. But to be honest, like even I don't like reading general emails, like, you know, copy and pasted emails from one person to another, to another, to another. Like I don't like reading those emails. They're not personalized, and they come across as like, like you don't really care about that person because like you haven't catered that email to them specifically. So yes, it is a lot of having to type and think, but honestly, if you're starting out and you have no clients, you need to do it because you want clients who actually value your work, right? And you don't want clients who lowball you. Honestly, I still have clients who lowball me and who are like, oh, it's too expensive. But like, I'm like, I value my photography enough to know that my photography is not just worth $20 a session. Like I know that. This next point that I'm about to make, I don't actually know where it it goes in this whole video, if it's the first, second, or third point, like, so I'm just gonna place it in there randomly. Basically, is to work for free. Yes, technically free. I know y'all are gonna be like, what, do I work for free? What the frick? No, actually, yes. Nobody knows who you are yet. Nobody knows what your photography even looks like. You gotta shoot some photos. I know some people are gonna be like, I really don't want to offer my services for free, but I mean, it's up to you. It's entirely up to you. But for me, it helped a lot because it actually helped me develop a nice portfolio, and I get to meet people. And I honestly, networking and connections are a big deal in this field. But know your limits, honestly. Don't give like a 5-hour photo shoot. Why would you even do a 5-hour photo shoot? I mean, I guess you could. What I mean by know your limits is do not give more than what free is worth. You are not gonna be sitting there editing like 100 photos from one shoot and then giving it away for free. You know, like ideally you don't want to do that. Just give them like 8 or 10 photos. I really think TFP works. It's a good thing. And another thing is to just learn as you go. I want to do photography long-term, full-time, eventually. I have my moments where I feel really discouraged and I feel like I want to give up, but you just got to keep going. In 10 years time, or like in 5 years time, even like 2 years, you would have improved. But if you quit, you would be there right now saying, if only I did this 2 years ago. The emotional stress that goes with it is also part of the journey. So because like for me, I beat myself up all the time. Like I'm always like, these photos are not good, I could have done better, I could have done this differently. But I mean, just be in the moment, right? I should actually take my own advice. So that is it, everyone, for this video. And I'm so sorry if it seemed really disorganized. It's really my first video where I'm like actually explaining stuff, but I hope to improve my future videos, and I will see you guys next time. And Keanu is playing with his squeaker toy. Okay, Keanu, say bye. Oh. Hi. Okay, anyways, you're furry. Bye.